Well, good evening and welcome to this week's edition of the Junior Football and Netball Show. And well, there's only two of us. And I say a very good evening to Ruby Couch. Rubes, how are you, buddy?
Yeah, I'm great, thanks. Yourself?
Mate, fantastic. And before we get to Reggie, and we've got a bit to go with Reggie tonight, tell us about your week last week. You got rolled in the elimination final by 1 goal, mate.
Yeah, it was a very tough competition. Hamilton brought it. It was pretty much goal for goal the entire game. They got up a bit in the last quarter. We were fighting back and then, yeah, just ran out of time pretty much. But, yeah.
Unbelievable game in netball, they tell me. And you had a magnificent season. The girls had a great season. So, disappointing way to finish. Obviously, you would have liked to have gone a little bit deeper, mate, but not to be this year.
Yeah, definitely. We're still pretty proud of where we got to from the start of the season. We had a few tough competitions at the start. We had Cobden, Camperdown and Karuit, and we weren't going too well, but I think we picked up and, yeah, we'll definitely surprise ourselves by getting into the finals.
Now listen, no Reggie Mast tonight. He's actually in Melbourne, Rubes, believe it or not, but I think he's still on cloud 9. We called the elimination final last Sunday, Rubes. I know I sent this to the group. Have a look at this massive grab. We're going to have a look at it now. This was the final quarter action over at the Gardens Oval, Port Fairy last Sunday. And Big Reggie, the 15-year-old, pulled down an absolute screamer. It probably doesn't look as good there, but when you go into slow-mo, he's a little bit slow, obviously, to get up. He's a little bit sore. Have a look at that, Rubes. That is one of the best grabs I've seen this year. That was magnificent. Absolutely magnificent. And he goes back and slots the goal a little bit sore. So we reckon that he's possibly just still coming down. From his big grab. Has he been strutting around at school this week, Rubes? Have you seen him in the schoolyard, mate? Is he like the king of the school kids?
Yeah, he's got all the boys following him.
Hey, there was a fair few of his supporters over there in the grandstand too last week. They were loving it.
Yeah, I could hear their chants from the other side of the oval, so it's definitely got a crowd.
Unbelievable. But anyway, unfortunately, Reggie, they are out in the senior footy there, the Blues as well. Now, it was medal counts during the week. So in the under-14 football, the Stewie Brunt Award, Jack Sobey from the Hampden Kangaroos took that out of 29 votes. Leo Allerton from the South Warrnambool Roosters on 27 votes was runner-up, and Maxie Heffernan from Taran Mortlake finished third. So a really tight count there. 3 votes between the top 3. It was a great count. And well done to Jack Sobey from the Hampden Kangaroos, Rubes.
Yeah, definitely.
Absolutely. Now, listen, we're going to go through some of the netball results here too. I want you to help me out here. So in the under 17 or 17 under reserves netball, Hayley Nicholson from Karuit, big winner here, 27 votes. Alicia Howard from Cobden finished second, or equal runner-up on 21 with Grace Grammer from the South Warrnambool Roosters. Tell us about those girls.
I've never seen Hayley play, but Isha, I was a teammate of hers back in under 13s, and she's a great little player, very fast and very versatile. And Grace Grammer, I love her. She plays so many sports with me, cricket, footy, netball, you name it. And she goes really well in everything. So, yeah, it doesn't surprise me that she's up there.
Well done to all the winners there. In the 17 under netball, the Rebecca Maroney Memorial Award, which is a prestigious award. Rebecca was an absolute superstar, lovely human being. Lara Taylor from Cobden, 36 votes she won on. That is a sensational season. From Mary Place from Camperdown on 33, Tyler Barr from Portland on 25, and Madsy Phillips from the Hampden Kangaroos on 24. So that's a fair season from Lara Taylor from Cobden.
Yeah, it certainly doesn't surprise me. She's always been a standout in every grade she's played. I know she's been playing open as well this year, so I don't think she would have played every quarter in the 70s, which just goes to show how much she stood out in each game.
Absolutely brilliant. 15 and under reserves netball, Hannah Gleeson. So another victory here from a Karuit girl. Equal winner with Olivia Cope from Warrnambool, both on 17 votes, which is magnificent. Stella Patterson from South Warrnambool, runner-up on 15. Then we had Dana Russell, South Warrnambool, and Paige Cameen, both from the Roosters on 10 votes. But a tie there, and they tell me that Hannah Gleeson's an absolute beauty, and so is Olivia Cope from the Loos.
Yeah, I haven't seen too much of them play, but I saw Olivia in the grand final, and yeah, she's a great player. So, yeah.
Good stuff. And a shout out to my Lucy too. She polled 7 votes, had a good year. So good on you, Luce. Well done. Great to see. 15 under netball, Shelby O'Sullivan from Karuit. Another big score here, 37 votes. Beat Matilda Darcy from the Cobden Bombers on 33, who was runner-up. Elise Sinnott from Camperdown on 27. Isabel Sinnott from Camperdown on 26. Shelby, we know the O'Sullivans, they've got plenty of talent, and it looks like it's happening on the netball court as well.
Yeah, she's small, but she's definitely fiery. It doesn't surprise me that she's taken out the award, but yeah, it just goes to show Karuit and their juniors.
Yeah, which is brilliant. Hey, 13 under reserves netball. So Ali Langdon from Koroit. So Koroit, they've had a fair old night, the old Saints. From Maya Veal from South Warrnambool on 18 votes, and Sarah Bridges from Cobden, they're third on 15 votes. Do you know much about Ali?
Nothing really, to be honest. But yeah, it's just great to see so many names being brought up from all different clubs. I know, yeah, Hamilton in the footy and, yeah, Koroit obviously in the netball.
Yeah, Koroit had a night out, and they're going to win another one here with the 13 under netball. Indy O'Connor takes that on 29 votes from Piper Stevens at Campden on 27, the runner-up, and Sailor Veal, South Warrnambool, third on 25. So Koroit, fair to say, Rubes, they've had a night out, haven't they?
Yeah, definitely.
Was it 4? Was it 4 from Koroit or 3 from Koroit at least?
Yeah, I think so.
That is unbelievable. Great result, and well done to all those winners. Just a magnificent effort. And our football winner, so we touched on the under-14s, but the Doug McConnell medal winner in under-16 football. And I must give a shout out to Southwest TAFE, of course, all these awards sponsored by Southwest TAFE, which is just sensational. Reece Unwin from the Cobden Bombers took this out on 30 votes from Cobden, from Tate Waterson, Koroit, runner-up on 20 votes. Charlie McKinnon from the North Warrnambool Eagles, equal third with Jaden Wells from Warrnambool on 17 votes. But Reece Unwin is a runaway winner in the Dougie McConnell, which is good. Now, Reece has been kind enough to join us all the way from Cobden tonight. Are you there, buddy?
Yeah, I'm here.
Hey, congratulations, mate. Well done on a magnificent season. And I have to ask the question, I always ask this question. Did you think you had a good season? You know, were you quietly confident you might poll a few votes, mate?
Yeah, I had a pretty consistent year. I didn't really know what to expect though because I missed a couple of games, so it ended up being a good night.
How did you go this year for the Cobden Bombers? How did your team go?
We finished fourth and we lost in the final, so that was a bit disappointing, but I think it was a pretty enjoyable year and I can't wait to get stuck in next year.
Tell us who's the coach at the under-16s down at Bomberland, buddy?
BT and Lee.
Unreal.
Brett Taylor.
And mate, Brett Taylor, you would not get anyone better to lead the young kids. He was an absolute jet back in his heyday. Don't worry about that. And isn't it wonderful to see people like that? They give back, don't they, Reece?
Yeah, it's great. They're really good for us, for us juniors, and yeah, it's just good.
Would you say both of those coaches are people you look up to in the club, or is there anyone else that has a major influence over your footy?
Yeah, definitely. Brett's probably a big one. He's been there all throughout under 12s and 14 and everything. So, yeah, he's really good for me.
Mate, the Cobden Bombers got some really good kids coming through at the moment, obviously tasting senior footy over the last kind of 12 to 18 months. You know, what's in store, do you think, down at Bomberland? You know, things are looking pretty promising in your eyes, a young kid coming through?
Yeah, there's a lot of kids coming through. It'll be interesting to see what we can do in the next couple of years. But, yeah, it's really exciting. I can't wait to see what happens.
And did you sneak up, mate, and have a look at the under-16 grand final between South and Warrnambool? I think it was a 5-point victory at the end of the Roosters. High standard game, that game. It was quality, wasn't it?
Yeah, I hear that. I couldn't actually get up there, unfortunately, but apparently it was a pretty good game and sounds like I definitely missed out.
Obviously, taking out a League BNF, you're one of the best players in the competition, but who else would you say are really tough opponents?
Yeah, Tate was really good. John T. Robertson from Cobden also came 7th. He was good all year, and yeah, I'm not really sure. There's a lot in there, but yeah, it was a really good year.
What's the goals, mate? You know, in your eyes, what do you want to do, mate? Progression-wise, do you want to get part of that GWS Rebel system? What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I played a bit of Rebels last year, but it'd be good to do that again and just play a bit of representative footy would be probably the goal for me.
Beautiful, mate. Well, I tell you what, thank you very much for joining us. Well done on winning the Dougie McConnell medal, and you absolutely streaked the field, mate. A bright future, they tell me, and we certainly appreciate you joining us tonight, buddy. Well done.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, sensational. Beautifully done. Good kid, mate. Got his head screwed on, and certainly a name to watch in the future, isn't it, Rubes?
Yeah, definitely. Must be a great player.
Yeah, my eighth. And we're going to stick down at Cobden tonight. Talia Berry's been kind enough to join us now. Talia is part of the under-17 Cobden netball team that have had a magnificent season so far. They play in the second semi-final this weekend, taking on the Koroit Saints. Talia, how are you and how are the nerves heading into a second semi-final?
Yeah, I'm pretty good, thanks. Oh, yeah, a little nervous definitely for this weekend. It's definitely going to be a tough matchup because they've just been super consistent throughout the whole year. They're such a good team, Croydon. So keen to see the result. Hopefully a good game.
How'd you go last week against Campbell? I know you came away with the win, but do you think they'll sneak back up to try and get a grand final spot?
Yeah, it was a tough one against Camperdown. It was like goal for goal whole game, and it's a bit uncertain at times, but we managed to get it done in the end. But I reckon they might come back in the prelim maybe, and they could get a spot in the final. So it'll be, yeah, interesting to see.
Well, that's probably what makes this weekend so important, doesn't it? Because if you can get the win, you get the week off. You don't have to maybe see them again, you know. So it's a pretty important game, isn't it, Saturday?
Yeah, it is. If we win or Croydon win, they go to the granny, and yeah, well, first whoever wins out of Camperdown and Hamilton, I think it is, in the prelim next week. So could find them again then.
Have you been playing in any other teams besides the 17s?
I played a little bit of Div 3 and Div 2, but yeah, mainly just 17s most weeks.
And I just want to ask you about a couple of players. In the 17 unders, Alicia Howard polled very, very well, runner-up. Tell us a little bit about Alicia.
I think Aisha.
Oh, Aisha. Aisha. Sorry, Aisha, I apologise.
Yeah, Aisha in the 17 res, she's a really good goalie. She moves really well in the ring, and I've seen a few of their games, and she's very good on that team, and she should be really important for them coming into this week's final.
Now, what about Lara Taylor, mate? She took out the Rebecca Maroney. Tell us a bit about Lara. She's a bright prospect moving forward.
Yeah, that's an unreal effort by Lara. She deserves it so much. She's like an absolutely gun of a player, and she's just a great mate on and off the court. And it's just so good to see her get that result.
A huge result. And Matilda Darcy, another young gun coming through, mate. Can you help us out a little bit there, Talia?
Yeah, Matilda's really good down in the defence end. She's really good on the under-15s team, and I've seen her play, and she just works really well in that ring, and you always see her getting taps to that ball, and she's just an amazing player.
Awesome stuff, mate. Well, how are you going to knock the Saints off this weekend? What's the game plan? What's been discussed, mate, down at Cobden to get the win this week?
Well, we probably just need to communicate a bit, but we're going to try our best. We'll certainly give it a crack, but hopefully get maybe a win, but they're definitely going to be to come up against, so we'll see how it goes.
What's on for training tonight? Are you taking it easy or having a pretty hard session?
Well, I'm not sure what Nads has got in store for us, but I imagine we might be doing a little bit of probably harder rather than easier, I reckon.
Little Ruby, mate, she just goes straight from here filming the show. She'd go through the McDonald's drive-through and just kick back for the night. Talia, so she had it worked out pretty well, I reckon.
I wish.
Hey, listen, mate, good luck on the weekend. We appreciate you and we thank you for joining us tonight, and look forward to watching you throughout the next couple of weeks in this final series.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, good stuff. And I know that she had to jump off the bus straight away tonight. She's got to get the training, so we appreciate it. Rubes must be a very good player.
Yeah, she's a great player. She tends to play down the defence end in wing defence or goalkeeper roles, but yeah, she's just someone that you want to be around. She's very positive and really good to have on your team. Absolutely.
Now listen, let's have a look at under-17 netball. So it's Croydon taking on Cobden. Who's your tip, Rubes?
I want to back Cobden in. I think Croydon, they've been undefeated all year, and I think honestly for them it would also be good to have a loss just to be prepared for the grand final.
We see it so often too, teams that go through undefeated, and the pressure's on sometimes, isn't it? Hey, then on Sunday, the first semi-final at Cobden, it's Camperdown taking on Hamilton. Do you reckon the Magpies will bounce back?
Yeah, I think Camperdown will bounce back and get the win. Both are strong teams, but I feel like Camperdown, they just have a really good team flow and really good energy, and I think, yeah, they'll certainly bring it because they want to get into the grand final.
Yeah, beautiful. And on Saturday in the second semi-final, in the under 18.5 football, it's Koroit taking on the Hamilton Kangaroos. That's going to be an absolute belter too. They've done a great job, the Saints, to really build that under 18.5 team up. And then on Sunday, it is first semi-final action, so the loser's out. It's North v South. So it is going to be a cracking game as well. So really looking forward to that one. And the junior games have been brilliant thus far, which has been fantastic to see. We must thank our sponsors, of course, Rubes, McDonald's, your favourite, Powercor, Sungold, Southwest TAFE, Toot Traffic, you name it, get involved. It is magnificent. Ruby, thank you very much, mate. We're going to let Reggie come back next week if he comes back down to earth, but he's a superstar. But hey, listen, it's good for you. You just have a little bit of a spell now, mate. You've still got Division 2, I know you're playing. But you can just ease and take the foot off the pedal a little bit, mate. It's been pretty hectic, hasn't it, these last kind of 12 months for you?
Yeah, pretty much just going to be a spectator for the upcoming weekends. But yeah, it should be good.
Good on you, mate. Great stuff. We hope you've enjoyed the show. We'll be back same time next week and enjoy week 2 of the Hampden Football Netball League Final Series.